Rock and roll singer Rick Nelson was killed last night in a private plane crash in Texas.
They said the sky was clear that night. No storm, no lightning, just silence. But somewhere above Texas, a small DC-3 burst into flames, and one of America's most beloved sons vanished forever. Ricky Nelson, the golden boy who grew up before our very eyes, died not in scandal, not in sin, but in fire. And for nearly 40 years, no one truly knew why. Tonight, we finally do. And the truth? It's uglier than anyone wanted to admit. Ricky Nelson was born in the spotlight, May 8th, 1940. His parents, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, were the picture of American perfection. Clean-cut, smiling, everything the post-war dream promised. Their show, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, wasn't just a TV sitcom. It was a cultural mirror. Every week, millions tuned in to watch the Nelsons laugh, love, and live the kind of life everyone wished they had. And right in the middle of it all was Ricky, the youngest son with the easy grin and movie star eyes. America watched him grow up. He wasn't acting. He was that boy. Honest, charming, a little shy. But what the cameras didn't show was a young man caught between two worlds. The one America loved and the one he actually lived. By 17, Ricky had already done what few ever could. He broke out of the sitcom mold. He didn't want to be just another smiling TV son. He wanted to sing. In 1957, when rock and roll was still considered the devil's music by many parents, Ricky released I'm Walkin', a Fats Domino cover that exploded on the charts. That record changed everything. Overnight, he went from Ozzie and Harriet's boy to a teen idol who could fill stadiums. Hits like Hello Mary Lou, Lonesome Town, Travelin' Man, they didn't just top charts. They became memories. He was the bridge between Elvis and the Beatles, clean enough for parents, cool enough for kids. But the fame that made Ricky Nelson a household name would later become the same weight that pulled him under. In the mid-1960s, the music world shifted. Rock grew harder. The counterculture was rising, and Ricky, with his smooth voice and boy-next-door image, began to feel like yesterday's news. But he didn't chase the trend. He evolved. He leaned into country rock before most people even knew what to call it. He formed the Stone Canyon Band long before the Eagles ever flew. He wasn't just chasing hits. He was chasing authenticity. Then came Garden Party, the song that told the truth. Inspired by a real-life concert where the crowd booed him for not playing his old songs, Ricky turned the humiliation into art. You can't please everyone, so you've got to please yourself. That wasn't just a lyric. It was his confession, the sound of a man finally taking back his soul. But behind the success, behind the perfect hair and polished charm, was a family story far messier than any TV episode ever showed. Ricky's mother, Harriet Nelson, loved him fiercely, but also controlled him. She believed image was everything. When Ricky dated, she had opinions, strong ones. If a girl didn't fit the Nelson brand, she was out. So when he finally met Chris Harmon, daughter of football hero Tom Harmon and actress Elise Knox, it felt like a match made in Hollywood heaven. Two beautiful families, one American dynasty. Their wedding in 1963 was a national event. 4 children followed, Tracy and the twins, Gunnar and Matthew, who would later carry on their father's musical legacy with the band Nelson. On the surface, it was all perfect, but in private, the cracks were widening. Ricky was still on the road, still chasing that next song, that next spark of meaning. And Chris, she was home, raising kids, feeling forgotten, trapped in the shadow of a man adored by millions. By the late 70s, the fairy tale was over. Rumors of affairs, financial strain, and emotional distance tore the marriage apart. Their divorce in 1982 was brutal. Ricky never fully recovered. He poured his pain into his music. Quieter now, more reflective. Friends said he looked tired, haunted, but he still had that same boyish smile, the same soft eyes. He was a man chasing peace in a business that never gave it freely. Then came New Year's Eve, 1985. Ricky Nelson and his band were flying to Dallas for a concert, a comeback show, the kind of night he hoped would remind people he still mattered. He boarded a vintage Douglas DC-3, the kind of plane used in World War II, a classic. But classics age, and not all gracefully. Mid-flight, witnesses saw smoke trailing from the aircraft. Moments later, fire. The DC-3 went down near DeKalb, Texas, erupting in flames. Ricky, his fiancée Helen Blair, and 5 band members were killed instantly. Only the 2 pilots survived. The headlines hit like thunder. The nation mourned. And almost immediately, the rumors began. Some said it was drugs, that Ricky had been freebasing cocaine, and that's what caused the fire. Others whispered of foul play, a jealous rival, a secret vendetta, a cover-up. But when investigators arrived, what they found only deepened the mystery.
I'm Donna Kelly. It was supposed to be a New Year's party in Dallas, but the evening turned somber with word that singer Rick Nelson, the evening's entertainment, had died in a plane crash.
The National Transportation Safety Board reported a fire originating near the cabin heater, but they couldn't say what caused it. The heater had long been malfunctioning, but no one had fixed it. Still, tabloids didn't care about technicalities. They wanted scandal. They ran stories painting Ricky as a fallen idol, another rock star undone by excess. But that was a lie. Toxicology reports proved he had no drugs or alcohol in his system. None. He died clean. And that should have cleared his name. But it didn't. Because people don't want simple truths. They want drama. And so for decades, the story of Ricky Nelson's death stayed buried under rumors and half-truths. Until now, thanks to years of persistence from aviation experts and historians, the real cause was finally confirmed, and it's worse than anyone imagined. That DC-3, it should never have been flying. The heater, the same one blamed from the start, wasn't just broken. It was illegally modified, a jury-rigged system patched together with substandard parts, ignored maintenance warnings, and falsified records. It was, in every sense of the word, a time bomb. Ricky's plane had already experienced heater problems on earlier flights. Complaints were logged. Nothing was done. The operator knew. The mechanics knew. And still, they let it fly. When the heater finally gave out that night, it ignited flammable insulation under the cabin floor. Within seconds, the compartment filled with smoke and toxic fumes. Ricky and his passengers likely lost consciousness before the crash. They never stood a chance. The pilots, separated from the cabin, broke through the cockpit windows and survived. But everyone else, including Ricky, perished in the fire. Not because of fate, not because of sin, because someone, somewhere, decided to cut corners. Negligence, plain and simple. And that's the truth that hurts most. Ricky Nelson, the boy America watched grow into a man, didn't die chasing fame or fortune. He died because people responsible for his safety didn't care enough to protect him. It wasn't destiny. It was failure, human failure. For years, his death was treated like a rock star's cautionary tale. But the real cautionary tale was about greed, laziness, and the price of complacency. Even now, when his songs play, Lonesome Town, Travelin' Man, Garden Party, they carry a kind of ache. Because behind every note is a man who wanted to live honestly, sing truthfully, and be remembered for who he was, not what he represented. And maybe that's the lesson in Ricky Nelson's story, that fame can protect your name, but it can't protect your life. That even in the golden glow of nostalgia, there are shadows. And sometimes, when the truth finally comes out, it doesn't bring comfort. It brings justice, and maybe a little peace. Ricky Nelson's voice may have gone silent that winter night in 1985, but his message, the one from Garden Party, still echoes louder than ever. You can't please everyone, so you've got to please yourself. And in the end, that's exactly what he did.